and twice against Ivan Robinson. Then, justifiably, he took several months off to rejuvenate his body. Came back August 14, 1999, against a vastly underqualified opponent named Reyes Munoz, who had been out of the ring for more than a year prior to entering against Gatti, and it was a disaster. First round knockout, and Reyes Munoz was taken to a hospital near the gambling facility in Foxwoods, Connecticut for observation. Came back in February, 6 months later. You know what happened against Gamache, you've already seen it, and just like Reyes Munoz before him, Joey Gamache was taken from being knocked out by Gatti to a hospital for observation. In those two fights, Gatti landed 74 punches, and his opponents landed only 16. They were brutal mismatches, and Arturo Gatti is still being matched that way. The man who took this fight on less than 1 week's notice, Эрик Якубовски, has been out of the ring for 384 days, coming in, and it does not look good.
Well, you're right, Jim. These have been mismatches. This has gone on throughout the history of prize fighting. We just don't see these kinds of fights that often between headline fighters and tomato cans, as they are called in boxing. This is the last of such fights that are supposed to help restore Gatti after those 3 hard-fought fights, killer fights really, in '98. He's going to fight now at welterweight. He himself admits that if they had day of weigh-ins, he would have had a fight at higher weights from the start of his career, where he should have been. And they're pointing toward a possible match with Oscar De La Hoya if De La Hoya can beat Shane Mosley in June.
There were other opponents who were listed for the fight before Jakubowski. They were regarded as less qualified once put under the microscope. There's conflicting information about Jakubowski's record. In front of me, I have a piece of paper that says he's 20-6. You saw the information there, which had been given to us at HBO, 19-4. That listing said 14 KOs. I have written information that says he has only 4 KOs. One of his fights was against his brother, and this is highly questionable stuff. Now here comes Arturo Gatti, looking, as Larry Merchant said, for one more easy victory to set himself up for a possible date with Oscar De La Hoya in the fall.
In my judgment, the flap over his weight, while unfair to him, as having a beneficial result because New York and New Jersey are doing day of weigh-ins in the mornings from now on.
Well, and typical of Arturo's whole career, people are talking about Arturo Thunder Gatti. He's not the headliner on this card, but he's gotten as much ink as anybody, just as during his 3 consecutive losses on HBO, he didn't lose an ounce of his fan popularity. 31 wins, 4 losses, including those 3 in a row in 1998, 26 KOs, only 3 rounds fought since 1998, and we don't expect him to have to work too long tonight.
Here at Madison Square Garden from Panics USA Main Events and your king of beers, Budweiser, we go to the welterweight division. This bout scheduled for 10 rounds. The judges assigned at ringside, scoring on a 10-point must system, will be George Colon, Ron McNair, and Fred Ucci. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Wayne Kelly. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing silver trimmed with red and blue, and weighing in at 145 pounds. He comes to us from Whiting, Indiana, with a record of 20 victories, 4 KOs to his credit, with only 6 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Эрик Jakubowski. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed with blue, and weighing in at 149 pounds. From Jersey City, New Jersey, his professional record, an outstanding 31 victories, 26 by KO, with 4 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, the former junior lightweight champion of the world, Arturo Thunder Gatti.
Center of the ring. cheap seconds only. Cheap seconds only, center of the ring. All right, gentlemen, with boxing, the rules of New York State Athletic Commission. I expect a clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Shake hands, come out boxing at the bell. Good luck.
All right, Arturo Gatti looking to make a short appearance here tonight against a pasty-looking opponent whose brother once fought Julio Cesar Chavez.
Jakubowski said to us yesterday, well, I saw the mistake Gamache made. He stood in front of Arturo. I'm not going to do that. We shall see.
Jakubowski reminds me of an old story about a boxing manager, Johnny Gray. He would load up guys and take them to Ohio, and they would only say, bring them back alive, Johnny Gray. Not if you win or if you lose. Just come back alive. Bring them back alive.
Jakubowski wants to go back alive to Whiting, Indiana. And Gatti starts off conservatively as Jakubowski, true to his word, is moving side to side. Now he takes a left hand to the body and is willing for a moment to stand and throw at Gatti. And Jakubowski gets in 2 left hooks. Crowd likes it.
I think that could be his worst mistake he can make tonight, trying to hit this guy. He loves it.
Well, that's a mistake Gamache made.
Box him and stay out of that fight.
2 good body shots by Gatti. 2 right hands upstairs by Jakubowski. And a left hook by Jakubowski, giving a much better account of himself than I certainly would have expected. And I think others at ringside are equally as surprised.
And already there appears to be a little bit of a welt under the right eye of Gatti.
Well, as you know, in the old days when we had Gatti fighting against quality fighters like Manfredi and Ivan Robinson, we used to say he started swelling coming out of the dressing room.
And then bleeding on the way.
That's right. Bleeding during the introductions.
Boy, he's going down to the body.
Yeah, and now he's going to set up upstairs shots with those body shots. Not worrying too much about whether Jakubowski lands.
You've got to be a world-class fighter to exchange fight punches with a man like Gatti. You just can't be a guy who hasn't fought in years.
384 days out of the ring for Eric Jakubowski before coming in against Arturo.
Jack should just run and jab, run, jab, run, jab.
Arturo with 2 more good shots to the body. Now Jakubowski starting to bunch his elbows at rib side, and that's going to lead to the upstairs shots.
Well, those body punches have been so damaging now.
Right hand lands. Jakubowski momentarily drops his hands. Gatti steps in. And Eric shows he's got a little bit of professional skill before Gatti deposits him on the seat of his pants with the left hook.
6.
It was those
7,
body punches that led to that.
How do you feel, man? Continue.
Some in the crowd and at ringside were urging Jakubowski to stay down, but he wants to come out for the 2nd round, and he will.
You're too carried away up there, Ben.
You all right? You all right?
You gotta stay with the boxing game.
Okay, breathe. Breathe and relax now, okay?
You're making them miss them big shots. That's what you want.
Stay with the boxing for a minute, okay?
You can move your foot a little bit, bounce a little bit, okay? Bounce a little bit. Hold the ring. You working too much in position. You understand what I say? Move your foot, okay? You're gonna go in this run. Don't try so hard, okay?
Close your eyes.
What we have here is Arturo. What we have here is Arturo Gatti beating up on a college kid who wants to be a social worker.
That left hook he has, world class.
It is, isn't it?
Doesn't matter who it is, they would hurt.
And if I'm not mistaken, this may be the first full welterweight that Gatti has fought.
Jacko is jabbing and moving like his corner told him this time. Good, keep moving. Don't do that. Just keep moving.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That'll do.
That's it.
Jakubowski looking as he reels from side to side in the ring, not unlike the way Reyes Munoz looked up in Connecticut last year.
Oh, that's when your legs are doing the talking.
All right, Arturo, that's enough. Go back to the big leagues. Right?
Yeah, I remember being knocked down like that, and you see your legs trembling, and you say, don't do that in front of this crowd. And your legs say,
embarrassing.
yeah,
You can't
this is
control it at all.
embarrassing. And you said, don't, and they do.
He probably thought at the moment he got up that he was going to be okay,
yeah,
right?
he knew, but the legs, they have a voice of their own.
I did catch him in the first round.
He caught you that shit right on the button.
No, I mean, I caught him.
Oh, him?
Eric Jakubowski talking about exactly what we talked about. He caught Arturo with 2 left hooks in the first round.
Oh, they'll go back home and say,
oh, yeah.
I did get him once, didn't I? Yep.
Absolutely, yeah.
Give me another drink. Buy me another. I got him with 2.
I put some swelling under his eye.
Yeah.
Here's the end of the fight. Uppercut, right cross.
Yeah, see, I almost kicked him.
Boom, shakalaka. So Arturo Gatti has a 3rd consecutive win in a 3rd consecutive egregious mismatch. And for the moment, the New York State Athletic Commission and the promoters who put this card together appear to have escaped any dangerous situation. There is no gurney at ringside. Jakubowski is not yet headed to a hospital. And a big sigh of relief is being breathed around the arena. They dodged one right there. Let's go into the ring for the official particulars on the KO with Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Wayne Kelly calls a halt to this bout. The official time, 40 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO victory. He's bringing thunder to the welterweight division, Arturo Thunder Gatti.
Anybody.
Anybody. That's
Must be a body.
Final punch stat numbers. And this is tantamount to looking at the statistics in the Georgia Tech-Cumberland game that Tech won 222-0. Total punches, Gatti lands 44-19 for Jakubowski and 84-51 thrown. That's in 4 minutes of action. Power punches. When a fighter lands 39 of 62 power punches, you have looked at a wipeout. And let's see what Arturo has to say for himself as he looks down the road toward bigger and more competitive things. Larry.
All right, thank you. Arturo, congratulations. Now, that's the first time you've ever fought a welterweight. You feel any difference?
Well, it's a real welterweight. This is the first time. And, yeah, I mean, the punching power is harder. And I was kind of slow tonight. You know, I was hard on my legs because I was slow. And, you know, my upper body I wanted to throw, my legs didn't follow too good. But, you know, we'll see on the next one how I feel at 47. And if I don't, I like it at 47.
Well, why is that? Is 147 not a good weight for you then?
No, it's great. 147 is good for me. I feel comfortable on it. But it was the first time tonight that I trained as a welterweight and to fight as a welter 147. It was kind of hard on me, but I like to fight at 147, definitely.
Are you through with these type of fights? Do you want to go back up to the big leagues now?
Well, I think I should. You know, and I came back. I needed these fights for myself because I had some tough fights. And you know, my manager, he's the one that gets my fights. And you know, I fight whoever my manager brings, and I think it's time for us to step up.
And you want to
make a position.
And you want to fight Oscar De La Hoya if he wins next month?
Definitely in September. If hopefully it's possible, I'd love to fight Oscar De La Hoya at the end of the year.
You think you have a big enough punch against a big, good, or maybe outstanding welterweight?
I think he's a great fighter, best in the world. But hey, I'm 147 pounds. I want to fight the best. So Oscar is the best. So I should have an opportunity to fight him also.
Thank you very much,
Thank you, Larry.
Jim.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Larry. And thank you, Arturo. Congratulations.